Hello everyone, welcome back to our next class of physics for all the physics theorems at a glance. So, are you guys ready for your exam? Either it's class 12th physics board exam or any competitive exam. So, no fear when Himani is here. So, let's start our next class that is totally based on the theorem of our physics in one video. Our very first theorem is Big Bang theory. As you people are aware about it, what is this theory explain? In the universe, a sudden explosion broke a highly dense small region into pieces, which start to move away from each other. The instant of this explosion is called the Big Bang, and the theory is known as Big Bang theory. So, here, next, moving ahead, Dalton's atomic theory. What this phenomena says? All elements are consist of very small invisible particles which are called atoms. Atoms of same elements are exactly same, but atoms of different elements are different. Next, Thomson's atomic model. Every atom is uniformly positively charged sphere of radius of the order of 10 raised to power minus 10 meter, in which entire mass is uniformly distributed and negative charge electrons are embedded randomly. Atom as a whole is neutral. Next, Rutherford's atomic model. The entire positive charge, according to this theory, the entire positive charge and almost entire mass of the atom is concentrated at its center in a very tiny region of the order of 10 raised to power minus 15 meter, that is called nucleus. Yeah, but it cannot explain atomic line spectrum. ये हमारा जो मॉडल था ये एटॉमिक लाइन स्पेक्ट्रम को एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाया. आगे, बोर्स एटॉमिक मॉडल. According to this theory, electron can revolve in certain non-radiating orbits called stationary orbits, for which the angular momentum of electron is an integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. And as we are aware, the formula of angular momentum is mvr. mvr is equals to n, that is integer, nh upon 2 pi. This is the formula given by Bohr's atomic model. And n is here 1, 2, 3 and so on. 1, 2, 3 are principal quantum number. Here n is equals to 1, 2, 3 principal quantum numbers. So, moving ahead, next is our de Broglie explanations of Bohr's second postulate. What this theorem says? A stationary orbit is that which contains an integral number of de Broglie waves associated with the revolving electrons. Formula mvr is equals to nh upon 2 pi. And what this de Broglie hypothesis? According to this hypothesis, every moving particle has a wave associated with it. This formula given by de Broglie is lambda is equals to h upon p, where h is Planck's constant. Value of Planck's constant is 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. Lambda, wavelength, representing wavelength, and p is momentums, particle momentum. So, what de Broglie hypothesis says? The particle is having both wave nature and particle nature. Okay. So, next, hydrogen spectrum series. Yeah, you people aware about it? This is your revisionary video. What this hydrogen spectrum series says? Line spectrum. First, the line spectrum. Each element emits a spectrum of radiation, which is characteristics of the element The spectrum consists of a set of isolated parallel lines and is called the line spectrum. It is known as line spectrum. Now this hydrogen line spectrum series contains 5 series within it, that are, first is Lyman series. What is Lyman series? Electron jumps from n is equals to 2, 3, 4 orbit to n is equals to 1. ये आपने पूरी तरह explain form में पढ़ ही रखा होगा. I am repeating again, this is your revisionary video for your exam purpose. So from n is equals to 1, the electron jumps to n is equal to 2, 3, 4 orbits. This series lies in ultraviolet region only. This series lies in ultraviolet region. Next, Balmer series. In this, according to it, electron jumps from n is equals to 3, 4, 5 orbit to n is equals to 2 orbit. 3, 4, 5 से सेकेंड वाले पर जाते हैं और ये this series lies in visible region. Okay. Next is Paschen series. Electron jumps from n is equals to 4, 5 and so on to n is equals to third orbit. And this series lies in infrared region only. Next, bracket series. In this series, n is equals to 5, 6, 7 orbits, electron jumps from n is equals to 5, 6, 7 to n is equals to fourth orbit, and this is known as infrared region. It is also known as infrared region. Next, Fund series. According to it, electron jumps from n is equals to 6, 7, 8 to n is equals to fifth orbit, and this is also known as infrared region. So here we discuss hydrogen spectrum series. Next, photoelectric effect. What is this effect? Yeah, this effect says the phenomena of emission of electrons from a metal surface of a metal when radiation of suitable frequency is incident on it. This is photoelectric effect. Next theory is given by Sir Planck's quantum theory. What this theory says? It defines particle nature of light. Light is having particle nature. इस theory के according हमें पता चला. The photon and this theory gives photon. फोटोन का जो इजाद हुई, फोटोन जो गिवन है हम पे किसके द्वारा आया? प्लैंक्स सर के द्वारा. प्लैंक्स की क्वांटम थ्योरी के अकॉर्डिंग हमें पता चला पार्टिकल नेचर ऑफ लाइट. ही गेव फोटोन. द फोटोन, व्हाट इज फोटोन? In 1990, Sir Max Planck proposed his theory of light. Energy comes in discrete packets known as quanta. One quantum of light radiation is called photon, and energy is equals to h nu. This is a formula given by him only. Momentum, where momentum is equals to p is equals to h nu by c. This is the formula of momentum. Moving ahead. Next, Compton effect. When a monochromatic beam of light falls on a metal surface containing free electrons, then it is scattered. As a result, the scattered light has wavelength longer than the incident one. जो आपने लाइट डाली थी उस पर, उसकी वेवलेंथ जो आपने लाइट आपको वापस मिली है और ज्यादा ब्रॉड होकर उसकी वेवलेंथ ज्यादा बड़ी होती है, स्कैटर्ड, फैली हुई होती है. देखिए यहाँ पे हमने नॉर्मली पार्टिकल वेवलेंथ देखिए यहाँ पे जो वेवलेंथ है आपकी जो हमने लाइट इंसिडेंट की है वो उसकी कम है और ये कैसे स्कैटर्ड होकर जा रही है. नेक्स्ट थ्योरी, फोटोसेल. व्हाट इज फोटोसेल? It is a device that converts light energy into electrical energy. It is also called an electric eye. इसे electric eye भी कहते हैं. Next, dual nature of radiation. It is proved that the light has dual nature, like wave and like particle, depending upon the dimension of object with which it interacts. ये किसके साथ interact कर रहा है उसके according ये दोनों behavior रखता है, wave nature और particle nature. Like radiation, matter too have dual nature. It can have particle as well as wave nature. Next, what are matter waves or de Broglie waves? A wave is associated with every moving particle called matter or de Broglie. Lambda is equals to h upon p and p is momentum, so h is upon mv. This is the formula for de Broglie wave. Next, what are X-rays? When cathode rays strike on a heavy metal of high melting point, then a very small fraction of its energy converts into a new type of waves called X-rays, discovered by Sir Longton. Characteristic X-ray spectrum. It consists of sharp lines. Diffraction of X-rays. X-rays can be diffracted by crystals following Bragg's law. Bragg's law क्या है? X-rays can be diffracted by crystals following Bragg's law, and our formula is 2d sin theta is equals to n lambda, where n is equals to 1, 2, 3 integer, d is spacing of crystal planes, theta is angle of diffraction. So next is X-rays spectrum. What is this spectrum says? First, K series. According to it, there are KLM series. K series, when electron of any higher orbit n is equals to 2, 3, 4 jump to the first orbit n is equals to 1, then K series of X-ray produce. X-rays की K series बनती है. L series में electron of any higher orbit from n is equals to 3, 4, 5 to jump to n is equals to second orbit, then L series formed. M series, electron when electron of any higher orbit n is equals to 4, 5, 6 to jump to the next n is equals to 3, when M series produced. Next, Moseley's law. What this law say? Frequency of X-rays is given by nu is equals to small a bracket z minus b का whole square, or nu is directly proportional to z square, where a and b are constant and z is atomic number. Next, electrostatics. First law is Coulomb's law. What Coulomb's law say? The force of interaction between any two point charges is directly proportional to the product of the charges and the proportional and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Formula is F is equals to K Q1 Q2 mod upon R square. K is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. The value of K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught की value 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. And value of K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is equals to 9 into 10 power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Next, superposition principle. क्या होती है? Total force on a given charge due to number of charges is the vector sum of individual forces acting on that charge due to the presence of other charges. So, formula will be F1 is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12 square R12 का cap plus and so on कहाँ तक? जितने भी number of charges हैं Q1 Qn R1n का whole R1n square R1n cap in brackets. This is superposition principle. Next, Gauss theorem. What this theorem says? The electric flux over an enclosed surface is 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by that surface. Phi E is equals to surface integral E vector dot ds vector is equals to 1 upon epsilon naught sigma q summation q. Next, moving ahead to next topic, next unit, current electricity. First law according to this chapter, Ohm's law. What this law says, if temperature remains constant in a conductor, then the electric current I flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference V applied across its ends. Means I is directly proportional to V, so V is equals to IR. जब भी आप कोई proportional sign हटाते हैं तो constant देते हैं, तो here that constant is R, and that value of that constant R is equals to m small l upon a n e square z. Next, color coding of carbon resistors. इस chapter में आपने ये भी पढ़ा होगा. सो बीबी रॉय ग्रेट ब्रिटेन वेरी गुड वाइफ, इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन हमारे कंपटीशन और 12th बोर्ड एग्जाम में जरूर आते हैं। तो आपको अगर ये याद होगा, एक अच्छा सा कोड काइंड ऑफ क्लू, देन यू कैन सॉल्व many problems, numerical problems based on carbon registers, color coding. Okay? BB Roy, Great Britain, has a very good wife. Kirchhoff's law. What Kirchhoff's law says? First, junction rule. What this rule say? Algebraic sum of all currents meeting at a junction in a closed circuit is 0. That is, summation of I is equals to 0. This law follows law of conservation of charge. Next is loop rule. What this rule says? Algebraic sum of all the potential difference in any closed circuit is 0. That is summation of del V difference, potential difference. Del V is equals to 0. और ये it follows laws of conservation of energy. ये energy के conservation law को follow करता है. Next, Joule's law, that is heating effect of current. When current I flows through a conductor of resistance R, then heat generated, and the formula is H is equals to I square RT. Or if I will put the value of I from here, so it will be H is equals to V square upon RT. Okay, so this is the Joule's law. Next is Faraday's law of electrolysis. What these laws say? First law, according to Faraday's first law, the mass of the substance liberated during electrolysis at each electrode is directly proportional to the total charge passed through the electrolyte. The formula is small m is directly proportional to q, where m is mass of the substance and q is total charge. Then we will remove proportional sign, we will get m is equals to zq, or value of q is it, m is equals to zit, where z is electrochemical equivalent, q is total charge, I is electric current, and t is time. Second law. What Faraday's second law says? Mass of each substance liberated at the electrodes is proportional to the chemical equivalents of the substances. Small m is directly proportional to E is केमिकल इक्विवेलेंट्स, और Z भी बोल सकते हैं आप इसे, m1 अपॉन m2 इज इक्वल्स टू e1 अपॉन e2, क्योंकि प्रोपोर्शनल है, दोनों सब्सटेंस के लिए ये वैल्यू आएगी. नेक्स्ट, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट इज थर्मोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट. इफ टू वायर्स ऑफ डिफरेंट मेटल्स आर जॉइंड एट देयर एंड so as to form two junction, अगर दो वायर इस तरह से जोड़ी जाएं कि वो एक जंक्शन बनाएं, then the resulting arrangement is known as thermocouple. अब next is Seebeck effect. What this effect says? When two junction of a thermocouple are kept at different temperature, then an EMF is produced there between the junction, which is called as thermo EMF, and phenomena is known as Seebeck effect. ये था आपका Seebeck effect. Next, Peltier effect. What this effect says? When current is passed through a thermocouple, the heat is generated at the end and absorbed at another junction. Peltier effect is reverse of Seebeck effect. ये Seebeck effect का उल्टा है. Peltier effect, अब ये भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है ना? तो आप इस पॉइंट को ध्यान रखेंगे. Peltier effect is reverse of Seebeck effect. Next is Thomson's effect. When two parts of a single conductor are maintained at different temperatures, then an EMF is produced between them, which is called Thomson's EMF, and this phenomena is known as Thomson's effect. इसे क्या कहते हैं? Thomson's effect. Next, very interesting and important question for you people, Biot-Savart's law. What this law says? The magnetic field produced by a current carrying element of length dl, small dl, carrying current I at a point separated by a distance small r, then formula will be dB is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl cross r vector in brackets upon rq. Okay, this is known as super important Biot-Savart law. Next, Ampere's circuital law. The line integral of magnetic field induction B vector around any closed path in a vacuum is equal to mu naught times the total current threading there. So surface integral of B vector dot dl is equals to mu naught I. Next, Coulomb's law in magnetism. What this law says? Similarly, according to Coulomb's law we discuss in electrostatics, here Coulomb's law in magnetism, this law says, the force of attraction between two magnetic poles is directly proportional to the product of their pole strength and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Formula is F is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi m1 m2 upon r square. Next, Gauss law in magnetism. What this law says? Surface integral of magnetic field over any closed surface is always 0. Surface integral B dot ds vector is equal to 0. So, net magnetic flux through any closed surface is always 0. Next is tangent law. What this law says? If a magnet is placed in two magnetic fields at right angle to each other, then it will be acted upon by two couples tending to rotate it in opposite directions. Then it will be deflected by an angle theta. The formula will be tangent law का formula आ जाए तो tan theta is equals to B1 by B2. Next is Curie's law in magnetism. The magnetic susceptibility of a paramagnetic substance is inversely proportional to its absolute temperature. Xi m is inversely proportional to T, where T is absolute temperature. Xi m inversely proportional to T, or we can say Xi m Xi. It is known as Xi. Xi m T is equals to constant. Next, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Whenever the magnetic flux linked with the circuit changes, an EMF is induced. It lasts so long as the change in magnetic flux continue. Magnitude of induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change in magnetic flux. The small a is directly proportional to d phi by dt. इसका formula है where phi is magnetic flux, E is EMF and E is equals to, जब आप कोई भी proportional sign हटाएंगे तो यहाँ पर simply E is equals to minus d phi by dt है. Change क्योंकि हो रहा है, negative sign indicates induced EMF always opposes the change in magnetic flux. जिसका अपोज कर रहा है, ड्यू टू दैट साइन नेगेटिव साइन इज देयर. नेक्स्ट, लेंस लॉ. द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इंड्यूस्ड EMF इज ऑलवेज इन सच अ वे दैट इट अपोजेस द कॉज ड्यू टू विच इट प्रोड्यूस. Means if flux will be down or decrease, magnetic field is along with existing magnetic field. और अगर flux increase होगा, it will be opposite to the existing magnetic field. Next, super duper important, electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves से ये main important आपका part लिया है equations, Maxwell's equations. 4 Maxwell's equations are there. First is surface integral E vector dot ds vector is equals to small q upon epsilon naught. ये आपको बताता है Gauss law in electrostatic state. Next is surface integral of B vector dot ds vector is equals to 0. This gives magnetostatics Gauss law. Next, line integral of E vector dot dl is equals to minus d phi b by dt. This gives Faraday's law. Faraday's law is in electromagnetic induction. And next, surface integral B dot dl is equals to mu naught IC plus ID. This gives Ampere's Maxwell law. Surface integral B dot dl mu naught IC plus epsilon naught d phi e by dt. ये ID की वैल्यू यहाँ पुट कर दी. Here it is Ampere's Maxwell law. So my dear students and friends, here we have discussed so many phenomena, formula and theorems of our physics. We'll meet in next classes. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this video to your friends too. And if you have any doubt or any query, please write in comment section. We'll meet with next topic, next theorems in our next video. Till then, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye.